All right, so you've got your information practices exam coming up. You are in exactly the right place. We're going to take all that messy, confusing data and turn it into something clear, something powerful, and yeah, something that's definitely going to score you some marks. Let's get right into it.
You ever open up a spreadsheet and it's just a wall of numbers? You're not alone. The real trick, and the thing that's going to set you apart, is learning how to find the story that's hiding inside all that data. And that's exactly the question we're going to answer today.
And you know what the best part is? We're not going to spend hours on this. In just about 5 minutes, I'm going to give you the key tools you need. Think of it like a quick journey, you know? We're going from the chaos of raw data to the clarity of a really good story. So what's our mission? It's simple, really. We want to master the art of taking that raw data and turning it into something useful, an actual insight. This is the absolute core of data handling, and it's where we're going to start. So let's break it down. What even is data handling? Well, it's the whole process, from the very beginning to the very end. You collect your data, you clean up all the messy bits, you analyze it to spot patterns, and then, and this is key, you present it in a way that's easy for anyone to get.
Let's think about this journey in 4 really clear steps. Step 1, you start with raw, messy data. Step 2, you clean it. Step 3, you analyze it, dig in, find the secrets. And finally, step 4, you show it off with nice graphs and charts. That's our roadmap. Simple, right?
Now, to go on this journey, you're going to need the right toolkit. And for data handling in Python, our #1 tool, your new best friend, honestly, is a library called pandas.
So what's the big deal with pandas? Well, for one, it's super fast. I mean, it can handle huge amounts of data without breaking a sweat. The code is really easy to read and write, and it's just perfect for working with tables, just like the spreadsheets you're used to. Honestly, getting a handle on pandas is your key to scoring big on the exam.
Okay, so inside the pandas world, our data gets organized into 2 main structures. You absolutely have to know these 2. They're the basic building blocks of everything we're going to do: the series and the data frame. So what's the difference? It's actually really simple. A series is just one-dimensional. Think of it like a single column in your spreadsheet. A data frame, on the other hand, is 2-dimensional. It has both rows and columns. It's the whole table.
Look, if you remember just one thing from this part, let it be this. For your exam, when you see the word pandas, your brain should immediately think data frame. And what's a data frame? It's just a table. Lock that connection in your mind, and you are well on your way.
Okay, let's move on to a really important step. See, data in the real world is almost never perfect. It's messy. And why does that matter? Because messy data gives you the wrong answers. So now it's our job to be the cleanup crew and fix that mess.
One of the most common problems you'll see is missing data. Like a blank space on a form someone just forgot to fill in. In pandas, these empty spots are shown with a special marker, NaD, which just stands for not a number. You're going to see this a lot. And here's a perfect example. Take a look at this table. You see how Ria's mark is just missing, and Sohan's city is gone too? Those are the NaN values we're talking about, and we need to deal with them.
So how do we fix it? This is where pandas is just amazing. With one single super simple command, df.drop_a, we can tell it to get rid of any row that has a missing value. That's it. It's that easy.
And boom, here's what you get. After that one little command, our table is clean. Ria and Sohan's records are gone because they had missing info, leaving us with just Aman's complete data. This way, we know the story we tell later is going to be accurate.
All right, now that our data is clean, we need to be able to save it and load it. And that brings us to another must-know skill for your exam, working with CSV files. Just burn these 2 commands into your memory: pd.read_csv to load data in, and df.toCSV to save it. You can bet this will show up. We've cleaned our data, we've organized it, and now it's time for the best part, the grand finale. This is where we take our boring old numbers and turn them into a cool visual story with charts, and we'll do that using another great library called matplotlib. And you might think the code for this is complicated, but it's not. After you import the library, you really just need one line, plt.bar. It takes 2 main things. First, a list of labels for the bottom. Here it's A, B, and C. And second, a list of the numbers that tell each bar how tall to be. Here, 10, 20, and 15. It's surprisingly simple. And that simple line of code gives you this, a nice, clean bar chart. The #1 thing to remember about bar charts is their purpose. They are absolutely perfect for comparing values between different categories. Okay, but choosing the right chart is super important. So just ask yourself a few questions.
Are you trying to show a trend over a period of time? Use a line chart. Are you comparing different groups or categories? That's a job for a bar chart. Want to see how your data is spread out? Go for a histogram. And if you want to see if two different things are related, a scatter plot is what you need. Wow. Okay, we've covered a lot pretty fast, so let's do a final, quick-fire review to make sure the most important stuff for your exam really sticks.
These are your absolute top priorities. You need to be able to define what a series and a data frame are, and you have to know the difference between them. You also need to know the code for reading and writing CSV files, and finally, you have to be ready to explain why you would choose a certain chart for a certain problem. Nail these concepts, and you're going to do great.
So as you head into your exam, always start with this question. What story is my data trying to tell me? Is it a story about comparing things, or a story about a trend? Is it about categories, or is it about a relationship? You now have the tools to figure it out. Go tell that story, and good luck.